This is classroom 8, an important classroom for us because we have a lot of lessons here. It is well equipped with a whiteboard and a beamer. Some Syriac documents are at the wall, and in the middle there is Henrik Johannessen, who is the Danish part of our pastors group. Henrik, we are almost in the middle of our time here. Yeah, so many weeks already. What are memories which are, well, significant for this first time?
Well, until now, we have had many different experiences here in Libanon. We have seen a beautiful country with mountains and the Mediterranean and a lot of hospitality, friendly people everywhere. And we also see a population who is struggling. The country is in the middle of a crisis. We see a lot of Syrian beggars in the street, children who are begging, and it's heartbreaking. It hurts me so much every time I walk by them. So I think we have many experiences which also, in a sense, contradict each other. And then, of course, here at Nest, we follow classes. I follow 3 classes: an introduction to Islam, Jesus to Islam, and a class called Contemporary Eastern Churches. So I learn about things that I've not heard of before, and that's also very, what's that called? You feel rich somehow. It's so many teachers spending so much time together with us. So it's fulfilling. I think that was the word I was looking for. It's fulfilling to just sit down and take in and read and hear about churches. Yes, I had heard about the Eastern churches when I studied theology 30 years ago, but I've forgotten so much of it. And of course, since then we've been so focused on our own Western Protestant church. So yeah.
For us, our Europeans, these Eastern churches are some kind of a labyrinth of different dogmas and histories. Has there something become clearer to you, or do you have now some line through this jungle?
I think things are becoming clearer. It is a patchwork, and each church here is divided into an Orthodox church, a Catholic church, and a Protestant church. So we end up with many different communities. But yes, certainly I will learn a lot about it and also remember it afterwards. And it also contributes to our work at home. I find that in the Eastern Orthodox theology, there's a lot that we can learn. There's a richness which has been forgotten in the West, at least in the Lutheran Church.
The prominent religion here in Beirut, and of course also in the whole Lebanon, is Islam. I think that is different from Denmark.
Yes, certainly.
How is the feeling of being in such a Muslim country?
Well, you're right. It is totally different from Denmark. In Denmark, 70+% of the population are members of the one and same church, and the Muslims are a small minority. So of course things have a different perspective here in Lebanon, where the Christians are the minority, and Islam of course is real, and it's also in Denmark, and it's important that we know about it and learn about it. They're our neighbors at home, although they're not very many. I do think it's very meaningful both to see a country where there are a majority of Muslims, and also to learn a lot about Islam that I didn't know before. And there are troubles in Lebanon. There are people who are fighting each other, but it is also a country where religious minorities have learned to live side by side, and I think we can learn a lot from that.
You experience the poverty here in here in Lebanon directly on the streets around this Near East School of Theology. Do you think there can come help from abroad, from foreign institutions, NGOs, or what do you think might be in a perspective?
Yes, I could wish that the rich countries in the West would help Lebanon more in this situation with so many Palestinian refugees, and now also perhaps 2 million refugees from Syria. Of course, the country will need a lot of help from abroad. But then there's the political crisis in the country as well. They're not politicians you can trust. There's nowhere you can go with all your help and all your money. So at present, I think that the help should go through the non-governmental organizations more than through the government, because the government is so corrupt. So I think that if help is going to come from the outside, it should be from the NGOs.
We have a little more than 6 weeks to go here. Well, 7, yes. What would you like to see? What are your plans for the weeks left?
Well, I think everything is coming to us. Apart from the classes we follow here, they also Nest also take us on excursions on Fridays, and often on Saturdays. This weekend ahead of us, we are going for a retreat somewhere up in the mountains. I look very much forward to visiting Tyre and Sidon, the 2 biblical towns. I hope we can have an opportunity to go to both of these two cities. That'll be interesting to visit these places which are mentioned in the Bible. And apart from that, I think I'll just take in everything that comes to me.
Thank you very much. Have a blessed time here.
Okay.
And thank you for joining our group here. That is indeed a great plus for us that we have you as a Danish member.
A Danish member of the pastors group, yes. Well, I enjoy myself very much here, so thank you too.